please give our hosts and MCs, Rishi and Raj, a round of applause. They've definitely been very satisfactory tonight. So my name is Ashish Gupta, and Sumant, thank you for inviting me and my family to this wonderful occasion. I'm truly honored to be saying a few words on your behalf. So to everyone here, I met Sumant a little over 15 years ago, and two things drew me to him right away, actually. One, the man had a car. I was 14, he was 16, and that was a big deal. The second thing is, it was right around Rakshab the time, and the guy had like 20 Rakis on his wrists. And so I figured, you know, he probably had some pretty good-looking friends that were girls, so this is the guy that I needed to get pretty close to. So over the last 15 years, Sumant and I, and a lot of us here have shared a lot of great experiences, a lot of great memories, and many of them have been very embarrassing. So I was thinking of sharing some of those memories with you tonight, but I realized Sumant has probably gotten roasted for most of his life, even by his own mom. So I figured I'd probably talk a little bit more about Sumant's endearing qualities, some of the things that I admire about him, and maybe help explain why Kavita is such a lucky person. So first, Sumant has a very strong tolerance for things, as we know, except for alcohol. This man is the only Punjabi I know that can't handle his own liquor. But you know, Sumant has bear the brunt of many practical jokes, and has actually had a great sense of humor about it. The man has been able to withstand chocolate-covered X-Lax in high school when he was convinced it was candy. And the credit for that goes to Raj. Thank you, Raj. But this is the same person that's often had to deal with a lot of issues in his life and has always managed to come out on top. Most importantly, the man has had to put up with Ravi Galota and living with him, so hats off to you, Sumant. Second thing is Sumant's compassion and loyalty. Now, when I first met Sumant, I was a little worried that his compassion was misdirected. He had a lot of didis, just not a lot of girlfriends growing up. I remember there was that incriminating photo of you with the attractive African male dancer in Las Vegas. That was interesting. And third, we would oftentimes catch Sumant and Rishi waking up next to each other in the mornings in very compromising situations. So, but of course we're here today, and so of course my concerns are misdirected. Sumant has a compassion for all things in life: men, women, mice, cheese, everything. He definitely has a compassion to take care of his loved ones, his brother, his family, his friends, and his beloved Kavita. The man is willing to do absolutely anything. And for any of his friends, there's no doubt that Sumant's level of compassion and loyalty is really incomparable. The third thing is Sumant's unique fragrance for life. I'll just say to Kavita, make sure you keep a lot of deodorant and breath mints around the house for Sumant. But in all honesty, Sumant's optimism and perspective on life is contagious, and it's something I've tried to emulate as well. It's something I truly admire. Fourth, Sumant's dependability and trusting nature. Sometimes, you know, Sumant's trusting nature has allowed us to take advantage of him over the years, and Sumant's probably one of the worst poker players I've ever met because he's so trusting. But we all know Sumant to be the most dependable person in the world, and he'd be there for you even if he has to drive in the middle of the night hundreds of miles in the worst storm just to make it to your event. That's something that means a lot to me, at least. And finally, I would say Sumant's work ethic. You know, I wish I had a funny anecdote for this, but I really don't. Sumant has put himself through school, he has paid off all his debts, and he's a successful optometrist. And he's done all of this almost entirely on his own. You know, as much work as Sumant has put into his life and his family, I can only hope and imagine that Sumant's marriage will go as effortlessly going forward. So to end, everyone please raise whatever glass you have in front of you. Congratulations, Sumant and Kavita. I wish you the best that life has to offer. Sumant, you are truly the best friend any of us could ever hope for. And to Sumant and Kavita, truly a sight for sore eyes.